Hey guys, it is about 1:50 on Wednesday, November the 14th, and I decided to come to a local park here because it is absolutely gorgeous out. Like, and it's just so pretty. And there's a little bit of snow on the ground over that way. I'm sitting in my truck because the wind is a little too much for the camera. So in the last video, I went over why I decided to do a bodybuilding competition without a coach. And that's a big deal because most people are gonna ask for a coach. They want a coach. Here comes the puppy dogs. There's some stray puppy dogs like running through the area. Oh, they're so mangy, poor things. Sorry, I didn't mean to digress there. Puppies, I can't help it. Anywho, so my main reasons were I have a health disorder, an autoimmune disorder that I know the specifics of, and I don't trust anybody else with dealing with that, especially when you're dealing with something naturally and you've had to work with it for so many different things over such a period of time. I have a very specific diet, and not a lot of people are well versed in that diet. The financial cost of having a coach, which we didn't have disposable income like that at that time. Okay. And lastly, I wanted to learn. So everything that I have learned, I'm going to share with you. And that's a shit ton of information, which means that this does have to be a series. So this is the second video, the second part in that series. And in this one, we're starting into the how I did what I did. My step one is determine your dietary lifestyle. That seems like such a crazy thing to some people, but it's not. I don't do diets. I don't do short-term diets. I do dietary lifestyles. And if I'm going to do a dietary lifestyle, I'm going to stick with it to see what I can manipulate, to see if I can make something work for me or me work for it, or vice versa. When you are picking out a dietary lifestyle, be real with yourself. Be honest with yourself about your wants and needs. You don't exactly want to go on a keto lifestyle if you can't live without bread. Okay? You don't exactly want to go on a vegan lifestyle if you eat cheeseburgers and pot roast and meatloaf, once a week. So be real with yourself. Be honest with yourself. You're not going to stick to the watermelon diet if you're allergic to watermelons, okay? I had to physically set and write down my wants and my needs as far as my diet was concerned. This was well before we started into my last bulk, before my cut. And what do I want from a diet? And I had to ask myself these questions. What do I want from my diet? What do I think I can work with? What can I not live without? Ask yourself those hard questions and be real. Be honest with yourself. Be willing to say, I can't live without cake. I can't live without ice cream. I don't know if I am going to be able to make this work because of school, because of work, because of children. I'm doing this on this day at this time, and I don't think I'll be able to handle that. So take that step in being honest with yourself, and then start to look for a dietary lifestyle, something you will do long term, something you can handle long term, not as a quick cut, not as, hey, I'm getting ready to go to the beach and I need to lose some weight, as a lifestyle, something you can stick with long term to reap the benefits of long-term health. I'm not about short-term anything. I want long-term health. And research what will work best for you with all of those stipulations that you've written down. Now, once you've found what you think would work for you, I think we picked upon 3. And yeah, I think we picked 3. There was the alkaline diet, the keto diet, and something else. I can't remember what the last one was. Doesn't matter. Anyways, pick between 1 and 3. Maybe more if you think you can manage doing that. And start researching about them. See what Information is out there about them, how it lasts long term, how things work long term. Is it going to affect your sleep? Is it going to affect your digestion? Are you going to be dealing with, the keto flu? Are you going to have weight gain then weight loss? Are you going to be holding water? And research information about it, because you're going to want to know this information if you actually stick with this long term. With that said, every dietary guru, every fitness guru, every Instagram model, every, bodybuilding champ or whatever that is trying to sell you a product, they all have what they call their perfect diet. And they will tell you this is exactly what everyone needs to be doing. Even in the keto community, even in the vegetarian community, raw food community, every single one of them has people like this, okay? So don't think that one is immune to this, okay? To me, it's a disease of just our industry of health and fitness and how it works. Take what they say with a grain of salt, because each one is going to have a perfect diet. Now, I'm going to tell you something that I wish somebody would have told me when I was much younger, and that is, there is no perfect diet. Science has proven there is no perfect diet because each person responds differently to different things. If somebody tells you that, if you read that on something, they're full of shit, okay? Now, with all of that information that you've compiled, break it down. Which of these dietary lifestyles, note how I said that, dietary lifestyles, do you think that you will be able to stick with long term? And I don't mean long term like a few weeks, a month or so. I mean like long term, like a decent flippin' amount of time. How do you think that you're going to be able to live with that? Is that an okay thing? If you're a heavy alcoholic and you can't have beer, do you think that's a good idea? You think maybe you should change some of your habits? Maybe change a few things before you start a diet? Think about that. So you've gone through, you've been honest with yourself, you've picked a few diets, you've done some research, and now you have a great idea on which one you want to do. Start. Even if you do it wrong, start and see if you can work with the diet and make it work for you. Because you may find out that it's not going to work. As much as I love a vegetarian, vegan, raw food diet, it doesn't work with my autoimmune disorder. Sorry, doesn't work. The same thing goes with the alkaline diet. Oh my God, that was so beautiful. The rich, colorful vegetables and fruits that I was able to eat. Yeah, it was great, but it didn't work with my autoimmune disorder. Okay, I tried. That's it. Now, the same thing goes when I started the keto diet. I wanted something to help me so badly. You've tried everything up until this point. You have to be willing to give it time and manipulate a few things to see what will happen. So I'm actually on a modified keto diet because I found that I did better with higher fat and lower protein than what a standard keto person does, a ketoer, keto dieter, okay? And I found that through trial and error, so give it time. You can't rush your health. Your health is what it is, and you can help it along, but that's about it. You've gone through all these steps, you've tried it, you're manipulating a few things. Manipulate one thing at a time, one variable at a time, and see what works for you. You may find with a traditional bodybuilder diet, if you get rid of gluten, suddenly you feel better. It's working better. You may find that a certain food, a certain item causes you inflammation, causes you gut problems, gives you headaches. Maybe you need more of something, less of something. Try it and give it time to work. I waited weeks trying to figure out what worked best for me. And you're using yourself as a science project. That sounds crazy, but that's really what you're doing. And that's basically what any coach does. They give you a regimen, they give you a diet plan and all of that, and then they see what works on you, and then they manipulate variables to make it work for you. Now, you're doing this for yourself, so you can take your own pace at this. It doesn't have to be super rushed, like for a show, like what I did. Try it and see what happens. When you find what feels good, you're gonna know it. And when you find what doesn't work, you're going to know it. It's going to affect your sleep. It's going to affect your mood. It's going to affect your digestion, how you salivate, how thirsty you are, how tired you are, how lethargic, how energetic. I mean, all of that. You're going to feel it. You're going to know the difference. And take note of these little cues. I have notebook after notebook of little tiny things that I noticed while I was doing each and every single diet I've ever been on. Now, granted, some of them I've gotten rid of because I don't need them anymore, but take note of those things. So that is your step 1 in the how. Determine your dietary lifestyle. It doesn't seem like it's that much work, but in reality, it is. If you want long-term health, you have to stick with something long-term. You don't get long-term health by eating part of an apple and a piece of cheese and, I don't know, a glass of milk by the end of the day. That's not sustainable. You have to find something that is sustainable that you can work with and will work with you long term. So that is my little rant for today. I hope that wasn't too much. I hope that wasn't too little at the same time. If you have any questions or comments, please go ahead and comment below. I also have a Facebook page if you want to check that out. There's the information there. And I also have an Instagram. I think you can see this way. You can check that out over here. And don't be afraid to ask me questions or comments or concerns or, things that you didn't understand, things that you thought I went in too far, too deep on, or whatever. That's what she said, too deep. One day I'll grow up. That day is not today. Anyways, I have some cooking to do. My hubby is sick. He isn't feeling good. I'm going to make some bone broth for us. And sit back and relax because I actually don't feel all that hot. I'm sure you can see it on my face. So I will check in with you guys later. I hope you have a wonderful day. And I think this should be up and posted Thursday, I think. We'll see. I'll edit it tonight and see. Check in with you guys later. Much love. Bye.